Every home has a unique story to tell. A story of what was before and what came after. And the story from B to A is the most exciting one of all. We're about to see if these architects, builders and owners can transform these home dreams into reality. This is Before and After. Anybody who's ever renovated an apartment would know that it comes with certain challenges. Well, this apartment renovation is no different. It's on the 4th floor. It has no lift, and every skerrick of material coming out and in of the apartment is carried by hand every step of the way. We see a pokey 80s style apartment brought into a new dimension. And we meet a team who are bringing Italian-inspired design and materials straight into our inner city digs. Potts Point in Sydney is inner city living at its best. The atmosphere of this condensed environment and thriving nightlife has made this area one of our country's most vibrant. Being so close to the CBD has made Potts Point a much sought-after place to reside. Here you'll find some of Australia's earliest apartments and residents that don't often leave. Now, in our modern times, owners of these older apartments are taking advantage of their enviable location and simply spinning the insides to suit our modern way of life. And now, it's Rod and Ocky's time to do some spinning. They have owned and lived in this circa 1980s apartment for over 20 years, and finally, enough was enough. They are ready for the next dimension. We meet Tracy, who is in charge of undertaking this radical renovation.
It's an old, tired apartment. They wanted to bring it into the 21st century.
A build around...
Built in the 80s, so I'd say early 80s. So it's very
ready.
Typical of early 80s, separate rooms, separate living, cornering off each room and not actually integrating it into, an open plan space. So that's what we're trying to do, is open it up and move things around so that it becomes more of a social place, more of a place where you can have friends and you can entertain and you can still be cooking in the kitchen, but you're not isolated in a room on your own.
Let's be honest, it's not a big apartment.
No,
it's small.
It is a small apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment with currently 1 bathroom. We're going to add a 2nd bathroom into the design.
What are we talking? How much have you got to play with?
We got about 160, 165 to play with.
For a 2-bedroom apartment, I think that's pretty good.
Yep. We're doing imported joinery. There'll be a lot of interesting new product that hasn't been seen before or hasn't been used too often.
That must be lovely to play with.
Oh, it's such fun to play with.
The smile comes on, that's lovely. What would be your biggest challenge?
I think access is probably going to be one of our biggest challenges here. The guys are going to be carrying lots of buckets of lots of rubble down lots of stairs.
Let's talk about the big one.
Yes.
How long is it going to take?
We reckon you're looking at around 3.5 months. We'll have this whole thing done and dusted.
It's exciting.
Oh, it's very exciting. Here, come, let's
go.
and see.
The guys must be very excited as well,
yeah.
I'd imagine.
They are so excited.
23 years.
In the same place, I know.
Yeah.
Hi Tom, I'm Rod.
Rod, nice to meet you.
Hi Tom, I'm Oki.
Hi Oki, how are you, mate?
Good, thank you.
Great
Nice to meet
stuff.
you.
This is exciting, fellas.
Very exciting.
What are you looking forward to seeing change the most?
Everything. We want to blow everything away and start again. It's very dated. We want to take these walls out and make this an open plan kitchen. At the moment when we have friends over for dinner, we're stuck over there in the kitchen and we can't really interact with our friends. So we just want to bring everything up to current standards.
When you're sitting having dinner in that position, that view, fellas, is just sensational.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing view.
23 years.
23 years.
And it hasn't had much of a change. It's ready.
It definitely is ready.
Ready. With so much change going on, I have to ask, Occy, what's the relationship like with the neighbours? Are they ready for a lot of drilling? and
Well,
backing?
they are ready for the noise, and we have a talk with them. We agreed, and then they're actually excited about our renovation as well.
Yeah, we've tried to do the right thing by
Yeah.
letting our neighbours know what we're doing.
Right.
Because it is going to be noisy and messy for 3 or 4 months.
Yep.
But we have to live here at the end of it, so we want to bring everybody in and make sure everybody's happy.
You're not going to live here while the renovation's going
No,
on?
we're not. We're not.
Often when I see these apartments, the 80s spring to mind when I see a ceiling. Is this going to change?
We hope so.
Coming up, we find out what these guys have in mind, and will Rod and Occy be able to handle the first glimpse of their apartment stripped bare? We're in Potts Point to watch the renovation of this dated apartment. Rod and Occy have moved out just in time. It's strip out stage, and the guys are going to get a very good workout on this stairway to hell. They have the unenviable task of lugging every bit of rubble down these stairs onto a truck and off to the tip. We catch up with the team from Thinkdzine to find out the progress.
We're at strip out stage, so we started yesterday, removing kitchens, starting to remove the bathroom, getting rid of all the doors, and just getting ourselves prepped and ready.
There seems to be a lot of wall coming down, which is definitely needed to open up this space.
This whole wall is coming out. This is going to be the new kitchen space.
Okay.
So we're moving the kitchen from the back into the front.
Back at the showroom, away from the noise, we find out the ins and outs of the design.
When we arrived, what we saw was, wow, this is a small apartment. You know, how are we going to make this space work? How are we going to open it up so that it feels bigger than what it is?
Basically, we're going to take out some walls, obviously to make all this work. And given that the kitchen's now in sort of the back part of the apartment, we're actually going to bring the kitchen to the very front of the apartment, so it's going to be the first thing that you see when you walk in the door. So we were pretty keen to make this a special design with lots of very cool finishes. So that was our real want.
A furniture piece rather than a kitchen.
The guys have tagged their kitchen creation Starship Enterprise.
And we keep telling Rod and Occy that we're taking them into the next dimension.
Yes.
You know, kitchens, because they are no longer shoved in the corner of a house, they've become part of the living space. They're no longer just about the function of a kitchen. They're about the beauty of a piece of furniture.
Some of these materials, products and furniture are coming straight from the hotbed of design that is Italy.
The Italian story has a bit of history for us. There's 3 designers in this business, and we have been in the industry a long time, and we've been working with local companies, and some time ago we decided that after doing a few trips to Milan and talking to different companies, that we really should take the bold step and work with an Italian supplier. We decided on a company called Cesar, and they are a very family orientated business, very design focused. They have lots of finishes, and they also do some customization, which is very important for designers, because we like to design, you know, based on space, not based on modules. Italy's an amazing place for food, fashion and design, so that's what it's known for. And every time we would go there, it's just so exciting to see all these new finishes and new design concepts that you wouldn't see anywhere else really. I mean, Italy is the place for that.
Back at the site, and it's time to show the guys the progress.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this wall here.
It makes it a lot lighter, doesn't it?
Actually it makes it look, a lot bigger. It was like in a war, was it?
Well, it surprised me, not just the amount of work that's been done, but the fact that all the rubble has gone as well.
Yeah.
Kitchen's gone, the bathroom's gone.
Yeah. Even
All the
though
cupboards
just
are
the
gone.
top bit of the wall is already knocked down, and we could see that it would be a lot brighter from the window. So
Yeah,
it's
that's exciting.
Tracy gives the guys the good news. The strange textured ceiling can be scraped off.
Oh,
fantastic.
Tracy, I love you, Tracy.
Oh, thank you, Aki.
So it just scrapes off.
This apartment is ready to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Exciting. Cool.
After the break, we get to see some of the new materials going in. And later, we can reveal the finished apartment. It's going to blow your mind. Let's get a sneak peek at another project we've been following.
What's this? You always see it behind weatherboards and cladding. It's often called sarking, but this one's called Hardy Wrap. It's kind of a sophisticated version of your foil wraps. And what it does, it protects the frame in case any water gets past the cladding, but also does another thing. You know, in winter when it's freezing outside and it's hot inside, and you get all that condensation on your windows, the same thing happens inside your walls. And this is actually designed to let that moisture out, and it goes into droplets and runs down and out the bottom of the frame just to try and get rid of that moisture. If water was to get past your cladding, which is unlikely, your timber frame will stay nice and dry. As you can see, it holds water, but you could probably breeze through it on the other side.
Look out for the unveiling of this finished house in a future episode. Back to Potts Point, and the tiles have arrived.
So last time you were here, we were stripping things out. So we were taking down walls and we were building new walls and taking down doorways and repositioning doorways and, you know.
Smashing. The 750 by 750 tile is a big tile for a small apartment, but we think that that's going to help us have less number of joins and make it
feel
flow
bigger.
a little better.
We were approached by the team at Thinkdzine with a great opportunity to tile and to provide slabs for inner city apartment in Potts Point. And we presented Neolith, which is our new porcelain or sintered range of tiles and slabs. Basically, sintered is it's a term used where, similar to porcelain, but it's baked below boiling point. It's 100% natural, making it very durable and impervious to pretty much all stains you can throw at it. You can have the look and feel of concrete, but not worry about any staining. They're using the Neolith beton tiles inside and also taking them to the outside balcony. And being such a well-known product, it's 100% UV stable, so there's no worries about the sun fading or damaging the stone, and also no need for sealing. CDK Stone's been supplying natural stone in Australia for over 33 years. We saw the way the European market was going the last few years with the porcelain and the sintered products, and hence why we were so eager to bring Neolith into Australia.
And the Starship Enterprise is beginning to take shape with an interesting looking kidney-shaped bulkhead now in place.
That ceiling is not only visual, but it's actually, there's a reason that it needs to be there as well. So we've got a range hood that will be there, as well as needing some lighting over that bench. So it was necessary because your ceilings are concrete slabs. I've got nowhere to put any downlights, I've got nowhere to duct any range hoods or connect any range hoods. So inside there is all the power hiding inside. We have the big delivery coming on Wednesday. All our joinery is coming from Italy. So we know it's in the country and we know it's at our delivery team, and they're just unpacking it and sorting it and getting it into the right truck, and Wednesday they will be trekking it up all these stairs, slowly.
Just a few days later, and the joinery has arrived. This shipment has sailed the 7 seas all the way from Italy to Sydney. Now the guys have the task of unpacking every single piece and rebuilding it on site, and they have only 3 days to do it. From here, it's all stations go.
The highlight for me will be seeing the faces of the clients. I mean, that's always the highlight.
Yeah.
You know, and given that they won't be around, you know, they're going to rent a property and they're going to live somewhere else for a while, then it's a real kind of reveal.
After the break, we can finally reveal the finished apartment. Well, the day is finally here. I catch up with Rod and Occy for a tour of their finished apartment.
Hi Todd, welcome back.
Thanks, mate.
Come on in.
Hi, Occy.
How you going?
Very well, very well. Well done, fellas.
Thank you very
This looks great.
Yeah, it looks great.
All finished?
All finished? Come and have a look.
Well, fellas, congratulations. It looks as if it's all done.
Yes. Very happy, very excited. And the good thing is the kitchen. Obviously, I can cook while entertaining people.
Talk us through what's happened, what's been the transformation.
The main thing is, I guess, the kitchen and the second bedroom have swapped over. So like Occy said, now we can entertain people and actually be in the kitchen while we're eating. Before, the dining room was down there, the kitchen was over there, it was disconnected.
It was difficult.
Guys, the floor has also changed. It used to be carpet, it is now tiled. Was this an issue for you with the body corporate? Traditionally in an apartment complex, they might be reluctant to put down a tiled floor or a hard surface.
There's always issues, but if you do things the right way, the issues go away. So this building has some requirements for a certain type of underlay that goes beneath the tiles. We actually went beyond that requirement and used the next level up.
Even my guys come in here now that it's finished and they go, wow, it's, I've contributed to that. So yeah, I think it's definitely well worth it. My favourite thing is this island and the dining room and our little Starship Enterprise that we've created here. I love how it just integrates the space well. That's probably my favourite feature of this apartment. The kitchen is so unique because it's not available anywhere else. It comes out of Italy and they just have such amazing style that they've just allowed us to be able to create this amazing benchtop with amazing colours and finishes that aren't available in Australia. They're a company out of Italy, family-owned business, and they've been in the industry forever. They export all over the world, and we were lucky enough to get them in Australia.
My favourite thing is the tiles in the bathrooms. That sort of steely kind of look is pretty amazing.
I love our bathroom. The tiles on the wall and the feel of it is really special. The lighting is great, the LED lighting.
There's been growth in the apartment with the added benefit of a second bathroom.
Yeah.
That's got to make life a lot easier for you as well.
Absolutely.
Eamon from TradeLink gives us some tips on working with small spaces.
So here's some things to consider if you've got a small bathroom, ensuite or powder room. Space is very important, so we need to maximise the space as much as possible, and that's doing things like purchasing vanity units that are off the floor, toilet suites that have the system inside the wall, so all you're seeing is the minimal amount of product in the space, and then that also makes the room look bigger, and then obviously you need to consider your storage options as well. TradeLink have over 100 showrooms nationally, so go to our website or call 1-800-BATHROOM and you'll be directed to your nearest store.
Occy, is there a favourite part of the apartment now for you?
You know what? I should say the kitchen. I always love the kitchen. I like being in the kitchen. I love cooking and I love entertaining people. So this is perfect for me.
I suppose the question that any apartment owner with aspirations to turn their place around would love to know, how did you come in with the costs?
Costs came on pretty much on target. We spent about 160 grand all up, and that was pretty much what we thought we would spend. We'd been here over 20 years and we hadn't spent anything, so it needed doing.
It was
And I think we've
worth
added more than
spending.
that
It was
value.
worth spending.
Small price to pay to see you into the future, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Well, we were considering moving, and by the time you've paid agent fees and stamp duty on a new place, it wouldn't have come out much different. And with the view here and the location, we really love it.
I have to say, Aki and Rod were awesome. They really let us have free reign over design, which is always nice to have a client give us free reign. It allows us to be a little bit more creative, but they were a pleasure to work with.
Well, when you want to travel into uncharted territory, it pays to have guidance from a pro. Rod and Oki had complete trust in these designers and practically handed them the keys to the apartment, asking them to open it up and bring them into a new dimension, and that's exactly what they've done. Rod and Oki can now enjoy many a New Year's party here for many a year to come.